Next on UMass Sports Insider, the hoops and hockey regular seasons are winding down, and with each squad battling for postseason positioning, we'll get you set for a pair of Saturday night clashes. And we introduce you to the newest UMass Athletics Hall of Famers by taking a look back at last week's induction ceremony. Also, guess who was in town for the basketball game Tuesday, bringing loads of excitement to a jam-packed Mullins Center. Dancing our way to the top, UMass Sports Insider starts now.
Now, this is the UMass Sports Insider, brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Saturday night, the playoff push continues for a pair of marquee UMass teams. The Hoop Squad starts a crucial two-game trip with a battle at Dayton, while here in Amherst, the Mass Attack hosts rival New Hampshire in a game that will help determine the final spots in the upcoming Hockey East tournament. We're outside the Mullins Center today, and welcome to the program. Here tonight, there'll be a big hockey game, and we'll talk about that in just a few moments. Also, we'll look back at Victor Cruz's visit to the building on Tuesday. We start with the aforementioned games. Lots of postseason implications on the line for both hoops and hockey. So let's check in with the coaches as Adidas presents the game. Here's Derek Kellogg.
Well, we take on a tough Dayton Flyers team tonight out in UD Arena. And Dayton, Ohio, a place that gets 13,000 every night. It's a tough place to go and play on the road. They got a great backcourt in Dillard and Parker and Williams and Johnson, four guys that can really put up big numbers, and their big guys are playing a lot better. Kavanaugh inside and Fabrizi, who we know, knocks down threes. So they're a fast-paced team, a team that'll get up and down. So it should be an exciting, fun game, and hopefully one that we can continue on our, I guess, winning streak now after our big win against Xavier back at the Mullins Center on Tuesday night. So big contest for us. Obviously another team that's right in the thick of things in the conference race. And to talk about the hockey squad and their games coming up, we got assistant coach Blaze McDonald.
Thanks, Derek. I appreciate that. Well, we've got a big weekend ahead of us right now. We're playing University of New Hampshire, and for our program right now, we've shown signs that we can beat anybody in the country, and we can struggle with some teams as well. So UNH brings some skill into the building here. They're very talented. They're a team that historically has been in the national picture year in and year out, a real rival for us. I think it's both teams that play a real puck possession type of game, play with a lot of skill, a lot of speed, very entertaining for the fans, very exciting, and for us it's an opportunity to really test ourselves and, as I mentioned, see how we are mentally getting into a weekend series against UNH where, you know, playoffs are essential for us to get 4 points here.
The hockey game faces off at 7. Each team is battling for one of the final playoff spots in Hockey East. And it's the penultimate home game of the season for UMass. You can watch that one all over the region, in the East on WBIN TV or in Western Mass on CBS 3 Now. Meanwhile, the Hoops contest tips at 6 as the Minutemen try for their 20th victory of the season and to remain in the hunt for one of the top 4 seeds in the upcoming A10 tournament. That one will be nationally televised on the CBS Sports Network. This junior has been one of the unsung heroes for the Minutemen on the court this season. The Baltimore native who doesn't steal the headlines, but quietly has been a huge reason for the team's success. With more, Big Y presents In the Bunker with Terrell Vinson.
My name is Terrell Vinson. I'm a junior forward at UMass Amherst. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. My major is psychology. I just like the study of people and how they react to things, and, you know, the study of the mind too, and how people think, and being able to read people. I played baseball in 5th grade. I was a shortstop. I ain't had time for baseball and basketball because they kind of ran into each other. I listen to music, surf the internet, maybe do a little reading, and talk to people from home. I just wanted to be able to be like anybody that did positive and did good in that community. I always wanted to be like that person, whether it was like Oprah or Kobe or Michael Jordan or anybody, you know, like a rapper like Jay-Z or anybody doing something positive that came from a, you know, a low-end community or, you know, a rough neighborhood. I wanted to kind of be like them.
Thanks, Terrell. Last weekend here on campus, UMass welcomed its newest class into the prestigious Athletics Hall of Fame. And as you're about to see, at the banquet, there was a lot of celebrating and emotion. Here's Ezra Broder.
The Campus Center auditorium was full of school alumni and UMass athletes of past and present, reconnecting with former teammates and friends, and all there to celebrate the Hall of Fame induction of the class of 2011.
This is always the favorite night of my life every year. So I want to welcome everyone here to the inductions, and I hope you have as good a time as I had.
It's kind of surreal right now. It's awesome to be back on campus, and it's awesome to be surrounded with not only my family, but so many of my teammates who have come back and other UMass alum who are here to celebrate the same thing. So it's a pretty special feeling just to be on campus.
We can't stop laughing, man. You know, it's just good to see guys that you went to war with, and everyone's doing good, looking good, and just sharing those stories, and it's like a great reunion. This might be the second best thing that ever happened to me. You know, winning a national championship is one, and then Hall of Fame just solidifies everything for me.
Elaine called me, and you know, I've known her for so long, and I thought it was something to do with the field hockey program or a camp system or something. And when she said that she was calling about the induction, I really couldn't believe it. It was the last thing from my mind. It's quite an honor. It's an absolute honor to represent the field hockey program in UMass, and to be recognized amongst so many of my great teammates and so many who are in the Hall of Fame already.
You know, I really don't look at this as an individual award because we're all in it together. We won it as a team, a national championship team. I just happen to be the person up there, but I see this award as an award for the team.
When I got the phone call that I found out that Greg was being inducted to the Hall of Fame, I was overwhelmed with happiness and so many emotions. It means more to us than I'm sure that anybody knows.
Marcel Shipp, kind of the highlight of that Hall of Fame class, was inducted in his first year of eligibility. He is still the football program's all-time leading rusher. We move now back to our spring sports previews, and this week we look at our national pastime, where on the diamond, longtime head coach Mike Stone has some promising young players leading his team onto the field for the 2012 season. Here's Cody Crushell with a look at the Minutemen on the baseball diamond.
After graduating 4 starting position players from last year's squad, the UMass baseball team will have a different look in 2012.
You can't replace guys like Pete Copa, Eric Fredette, and Matt Gedman, but you know, we're going to have to be a scrappy team like Coach Stone always wants us to be, and it's going to be a lot different, a lot more small ball manufacturing runs.
Gedman led the Atlantic 10 in batting before being drafted by the Red Sox. Copa hit a team-best 11 home runs and played in the Angels minor league system last summer, and it will likely be up to a bevy of underclassmen to try to fill their roles.
We had a number of guys get a lot of time, especially 2 shortstops, Josh Messier and Nick Sanford, and Rob Macklem, Nick Campero, Dylan Began at first base, and so those guys got a lot of playing time, which, you know, is invaluable. And you know, basically our infield is all sophomores.
The pitching staff returns nearly intact, and the rotation features 3 experienced arms in Glenn Michaud, Dennis Torres, and Joe Papalarczyk, with UMass career saves leader Leif Sorensen anchoring the back end of the bullpen.
We've gotten these guys up to 60 pitches at this point, so you know, we feel that they should be ready to go. We kind of challenge them, saying that we want you to be able to be in good enough shape to go 9 innings when we first open up against Central Florida. So hopefully they'll take on that challenge and be ready to go.
Entering his 25th season at the UMass helm, Stone is 3 wins away from his 600th in Amherst. His Minutemen enter the season picked 12th in the Atlantic 10 poll, but catcher Tom Conley sees that as a challenge.
If you look back at the years since I've been here anyway, it never shapes up that way wherever we're picked. So I think we have a good shot at making the tournament, and we're out to prove some people wrong.
For UMass Sports Insider, I'm Cody Crushell.
The baseball season begins in less than 2 weeks with a series at nationally ranked UCF. Good luck to Coach Stone and company. Hey, it's time for us to step aside for the first time. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll check out highlights from the past week of action and see some salsa dancing at Mullins Center. You know what that means. Victor Cruz was involved. Stay tuned.
A superstar, super big, and let's not forget super tasty. Yeah, I'm proud to share my table with another New England legend, Superbird, the biggest rotisserie chicken in the universe. And you'll only find it at Big Y. Crackling on the outside and juicy on the inside, it dominates those other rotisserie chickens. Celebrate its 10-year anniversary by letting Superbird tackle dinner for your family. Superbird, only at your neighborhood Big Y world-class market.
The UMass Amherst Alumni Association is over 225,000 alumni strong. Our vibrant community participates in professional development programs, alumni clubs, athletic and other events around the globe. Explore the traditions, resources, and opportunities that are your UMass Amherst Alumni Association. Get connected today.
You are
UMass! Arms. Ready? Aim. Fire.
The Mass Attack welcomes rival New Hampshire Friday and Saturday nights. Get a free t-shirt with the massive t-shirt toss on Friday.
You're watching the UMass Sports Insider.
Welcome back. Tuesday night at the Mullins Center, former UMass football standout and current NFL megastar Victor Cruz made his way back to campus and was honored at halftime of the basketball game against Xavier. Cruz spoke to the crowd and thanked his UMass family.
And I want to thank you for being behind me 100%. And trust me, wherever I go, I'm never be bashful about being from UMass, baby.
Then Vic served as a judge for the halftime salsa dance contest. These guys don't have nearly the rhythm that he does, huh? It was great to have the Super Bowl champion back in Amherst. Next week, we'll catch up with Cruz and see how his recent stardom has affected him. So that was off the court. Now on to the game itself, where UMass took down a perennial NCAA tournament team in front of a raucous crowd on Tuesday night. On to the highlights we go. Instant replay, Xavier and UMass.
Duress from Williams, back out to Putney, another long three.
UMass playing very good defense down low. As you see, another three, Chaz Williams.
Wiley, back in the corner, Putney again. Another triple.
Playing point guard and leaving Holloway open on the wing to play with Lions.
Putney flushing from Williams. At the end of the half, Williams puts it up. Triple time for Chaz Williams.
Gotta get the ball inside.
Williams for three, feeling it. Chaz Williams, 5 of 7 from three-point land tonight.
For the Minutemen here at the Mullen court.
Each team now with 9 threes in the game. Check it. UMass has 10 triples, 6 of them from the shot of Chaz Williams.
Meanwhile, last Saturday in Orono, Maine, UMass hockey took down another nationally ranked opponent, bouncing back after a loss to Maine on Friday with a resounding victory Saturday night. Here's what it looked like.
Rebound, Markula drive, guess what? And then Pereira scores! Michael Pereira tucks it home. That's a power play goal for the Minutemen. Across the line, it's Kiley. Right side of the net, it comes in front. Rocco Carzo scores! Beautiful backhander by Rocco Carzo.
Now on to women's hoops, where UMass needed wins in its final 2 home games of the season to stay alive in the A-10 playoff race, and that's exactly what the team got. Let's take a look back.
Coming up on the 7.5-minute mark, UMass on offense out of the media timeout. Tusher 3 for the lead, and she nails it from the left wing. UMass back up by 1. 8 seconds to shoot. A screen from Niggling. Zullo straight away, bounce pass. Watson down low, lay it up off the glass for 2. Swing, they need a 3. Knife drives, has it blocked down by Watson. UMass snaps the 9-game losing streak, 56-53 the final. Zullo puts it to a dribble drive, Tusher nails a 3-pointer, right corner. The one win was against one of the better teams they've played. Zullo in traffic, floats it in and good for 2. An athletic play for the senior. And UMass picks up back-to-back wins for the first time since December.
Time for Chalk Talk. For that, we go back to men's hoops. And on Tuesday night, UMass defensively was able to shut down 2 of the better guards in the country in Tu Holloway and Mark Lyons from Xavier. To see how they were able to do it, we go into the film room where head coach Derek Kellogg is standing by for Coke Chalk Talk.
Once again, here we are with my buddy, The Brain. And today, The Brain goes to work on one of the things I'm most proud of was our defensive intensity, our team defense against Xavier. And here you'll see, I thought one of the greatest things we did is bothering two Holloway with both Freddie Riley and Jesse Morgan. But the team defense is what set us apart. And you'll see in all these clips, all 5 guys are really guarding the ball. We're hustling back on defense, not giving up on plays, and doing a really, really good job of making it hard for two Holloway and Mark Lyons for the Xavier backcourt. One of the toughest backcourts in the country. Here we are really pressuring the ball, helping. You see Freddie Riley getting up on two Holloway, but we're playing great team defense. Here we are in the post. Sean Carter comes over to help, make a miss, defensive rebound, push and transition. We talked all week long about pressuring Holloway, and to win the basketball game, we needed to get between 2 and 4 charges, and you'll see as the video goes on, we get 2 great plays, one by Maxie Esho in the post and one by Sean Carter where we take charges. There's Esho with the charge. Here they are battling for the offensive rebound. They get it, but Sean Carter takes it hands high, goes down, and I thought those were 2 big plays in the first half that really gave us a chance to go up 12. After a tough defensive day against LaSalle, we had 2 great days of practice. We worked on our weak side defense. We worked on pressuring the ball. We worked on taking charges. We worked on getting back on defense, but most importantly, we worked on pressuring Holloway and Lyons and playing team defense against those 2, and I thought that was the biggest factor in us coming away with a victory against a very tough Xavier team.
Thank you, Coach. When we come back, we've got more hockey coming your way as we prepare for the big one here at Mullins against New Hampshire Saturday night. First, we catch up with a UMass hockey great who made it all the way to the NHL. Then we go on the ice with Coach Cahoon. Keep it here.
.9 is a breakthrough. 6.9 is a physics lesson. 6.9 is the outer limits. 6.9 is an explosion. Uh-oh, he just got faster. 6.9 is ounces, and that makes this the lightest ever.
A superstar, super big, and let's not forget super tasty.
Yeah, I'm proud to share my table with another New England legend, Superbird, the biggest rotisserie chicken in the universe. And you'll only find it at Big Y. Crackling on the outside and juicy on the inside, it dominates those other rotisserie chickens. Celebrate its 10-year anniversary by letting Superbird tackle dinner for your family. Superbird, only at your neighborhood Big Y world-class market.
UMass hosts rival Rhode Island in the regular season finale Saturday afternoon. Tip-off at 4.
It was really a roller coaster. I mean, some people may not remember this, but when I came in, we finished last in Hockey East. I think there was maybe about 500 people in the Mullins Center, and you could hear almost every word. There was no real atmosphere there, and then by the time end of my sophomore year, we started getting plays going pretty well. And I remember my last year there, my junior year, we got a sellout card against BC, and it was like come a long way, especially from finished last in Hockey East to losing to Maine my last year in triple overtime Hockey East championship was quite an accomplishment for us in such a short time to turn around like that. As a kid, you work your whole life to get to the NHL and try to do well there, and I was pretty fortunate enough to get my first goal against the team that drafted me in Columbus there. There's no better feeling than getting that monkey off your back. For myself and for my family, and a lot of my friends that don't play anymore, that I know that they were really excited for me.
Greg Malden spent almost all of last season with the NHL's Colorado Avalanche. This year he's been in the AHL with the Lake Erie Monsters. We're hoping he gets back to the big time in the NHL very soon. Last week, a couple of the UMass spring teams were in action. Men's and women's lacrosse each had some big victories. The men's team took out Bucknell, a nationally ranked opponent, in its home opener, while women's lacrosse took on in-state rival BU Wednesday. Here's the highlights.
Pick at that ride. And that time a big clean hit by Biscardi. Forced another turnover. Manny for Smith. And it's 2-0 UMass.
Double team comes against Manny. What a pass. What a goal. It's Federle for Manny. That's as pretty as they come.
Yep.
Under 12 minutes to go. Manny. Wow.
And from Federle.
And then the hat trick again for Will Manny. What a shot. Now Greg Rushing, the senior, throws it to Will Manny. UMass gets the win.
Guarino goes low and scores. Guarino beats Sheridan low right side, and UMass has their 4-goal lead back 10-6 as Ferris is behind the net. And she goes low and gets her 4th of the game. 13 8-minute women.
It's time to get a feel for what it looks and sounds like during a real UMass hockey practice. Recently, Coach Cahoon put on a microphone in addition to his whistle, and he took us through one of the drills that the team's been working on as they prepare for the season's final weeks. Let's send it over to Coach Cahoon now for X's and O's.
The Cunny 2-on-1 is just basically a breakout from a defensive zone. They break the puck out, they throw it to the forwards. The forwards regroup with another defenseman in the middle of the rink and come back attacking 2-on-1. So it can be done in a 3-on-2 format, a 2-on-1 format, but again, it creates timing elements. It gives us the ability to work on some mohawk turns for pass reception, and it creates the all-important 2-on-1 execution. Defense need a little bit more depth. Defense! Take back more ice. Take back more ice to give the forwards more room to gather speed. Take back more ice when you're regrouping. Get the puck settled down. No offsides, guys. No offsides. Your job to stay onside. If there's separation, move the puck. If there's separation, move the puck. If there's not, let's get the puck to the net. Use your speed, use your speed.
Wow, what a great drill that was. I'm TJ Sign of the UMass hockey team, and we come back from break. We're going to see which college team my teammates rooted for growing up.
UMass Amherst Alumni Association
provides resources for alumni
and students,
like campus to career programs, online tools,
scholarships and mentoring opportunities
that prepare students for life after graduation.
The Alumni Association sponsors student traditions
and athletic events.
Make connections at social,
professional,
and cultural alumni events
across
the country.
You are UMass!
You're watching the UMass Sports Insider.
Welcome back. It is time for our lighter side. And even though UMass is a state institution, lots of the athletes here come from different parts of the country. So we got to wondering, what allegiances did they have when they were growing up? This week we asked some of them, what college team did you root for as a kid? Here it is, the answers on our weekly lighter side.
The Blue Devils of Duke University. Hey, I got some friends at Duke.
The college team that I rooted for was always Temple, because they lived right around the corner from me, basically. Like, the campus is right around the corner.
WVU, the Mountaineers, man. The Mountaineers. Why? Because my dad and my mother went there. They went to Western University. My dad ran track and field at WVU.
Well, I was a really big basketball fan, so I'd have to go with Duke. Me and my dad always rooted for the Duke Blue Devils. Yeah, we liked Coach K, and I don't know.
There's a lot of people that either love Duke or hate Duke.
Yeah, I don't hate Duke. I don't hate North Carolina either. I used to hate them when they had Tyler Hansborough, but now I have two friends on both teams, so I just go for both of them.
I always think people like Temple shirts on, so, naturally I was like, oh yeah, Temple. And I really didn't know much about them, but when I was younger, I was like, oh, Temple.
Is that allowed to be UMass player and also root for West Virginia?
Yeah, I think it is. There's a lot of people that go to different colleges and root for other teams. So yeah, I think it is. That's my home state, so I gotta root for Mountaineers. You know, they'll be all day.
What is it about people that you either love or hate Duke? Why is that?
I don't know. I liked their uniforms when I was younger, so that's why I liked them. And I guess if you're a UNC fan, you don't like Duke. So, but I don't know. I was always a Coach K fan. So.
Is it okay to be a Duke fan and a UMass guy?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
But now that's a big rival, right?
Yeah, now they are a big rival. I mean, they're still a nice school. I know people that go there, but UMass is better.
You like the Mountaineer mascot? I always thought that guy was cool.
Yeah, him and Minuteman might have a little battle one time. So
that would be a good fight. So that doesn't really, like, being at UMass, that doesn't impact your love or hate of Duke?
Now that I'm at UMass, I don't really watch him as much. I'm a UMass basketball fan now, I'd say. So.
Okay. Are you a John Chaney fan?
Yeah, big John Chaney fan. The whole city is a big John Chaney fan.
That's true.
Yeah, so if you're not, I don't think you should be in the city.
I don't even know who I'm taking. They both have muskets.
Yeah, I think I'm taking the Mountaineers though. Actually, no, I'm lying. I'm taking the Minutemen. I'm a proud Minuteman, so I'm taking the Minutemen.
What if UMass played Duke?
I would root for us, yeah. I'd have to root for us, yeah. Especially, I know some of our players too, so I have to go with you.
And Derek has much better hair than Coach K.
Of course. Oh yeah, he's got good style going on.
Thanks everybody for sharing. Let's finish the program by looking at what's coming up in a very busy week for UMass Athletics. It's our look at the week ahead. Men's Hoops has a pair of big A10 road games this week. First, they play at Dayton Saturday night at 6. You can watch it on the CBS Sports Network. Then on Wednesday, the team travels to Philly for a matchup with the top squad in the A10, Temple. That one tips at 7 and can be heard live on the UMass Sports Radio Network. Meanwhile, the UMass hockey team finishes its important 2-game series against rival New Hampshire Saturday night with a big one against the Wildcats. Face-off is at 7 as the Mass Attack continues to fight for Hockey East playoff positioning. You can watch it live in the East on WBIN TV or in Western Mass on CBS 3 Now. The Minute women basketball team finishes its regular season Sunday afternoon with a 2 o'clock road contest at Xavier. They also try to solidify a spot in next week's A10 tournament. The game will be nationally televised on the CBS Sports Network, so don't miss it. The nationally ranked UMass men's lacrosse team tries to build on its 2-0 start with a road game at Ohio State on Saturday. The game is expected to be played at the famous Horseshoe. Each team is undefeated, so it should be a great contest. Face-off is at 1 and can be heard locally on 91.1 FM WMUA. The UMass softball team continues its weekend trip to Clearwater, Florida with 3 more games in the Leadoff Classic. Those are Saturday and Sunday as they battle Georgia Tech, Illinois, and Tennessee in a very challenging tournament field. Please check UMassathletics.com for all the latest results. Finally, UMass women's lacrosse continues its early season homestand with a pair of games this week. The squad gears up to make a run at a 4th straight A10 championship by hosting Marist at 1 on Saturday, while on Wednesday, Angela McMahon's team plays New Hampshire at 3. Each of those contests will be at McGurk Stadium. And that'll do it for our show. Don't forget to tune in next week for our UMass Sports Insider season finale. Until then, I'm Josh Maurer. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
The UMass Sports Insider, brought to you by Coca-Cola, Big Y World-Class Markets, Adidas, UMass Catering, the UMass Alumni Association, and UMassathletics.com.